Welcome back to another episode of Blue Lining Tennessee Trout. Today we'll be fishing for hatchery-stocked trout right in the heart of downtown busy Gatlinburg. I'll share some of the tips, where to eat and where to stay, and even show you the best spots to cast a line for some trout right here in the middle of this busy town. At the end of this video, all the maps and the addresses are cropped and ready to print. You can save them to your phone for trips, edit them, or send them straight to a printer from your phone or your computer, and they're completely free to use and share. I'm not paid, I'm not sponsored by any way to promote the places I have listed in the video, but my wife and I have really enjoyed our trips to Gatlinburg, and we've visited quite a few times. We want others to experience what we have, and many people don't realize the great fishing opportunities that are available here, often not knowing it's even an option. All the streams within the city limits are closed on Thursdays all day, which is when the hatchery actually goes around and stocks all the streams every week, year-round. Most visitors come to Gatlinburg from Pigeon Forge, and the Gatlinburg Visitor Center is located on the way in. It's worth stopping there and get your fishing license before you enter town, so you don't have to drive back up later when you get ready to do some fishing right there in the middle of town. The hatchery is on the north side of town, and as soon as you round the curve heading into downtown area, you can spot the tanks pretty easily. If the manager happens to be around, he might invite you in for a look, giving the kids the chance to see the fish being raised up close. An added bonus is that right beside the hatchery is a fishing pier for children and people with disabilities. Leads them right down to the water within a foot of it. The water is usually absolutely crystal clear, gives the kids an up-close, hands-on chance to fish for trout and watch the fish through the water as they're catching them. Let me tell you about a very unique fishing spot, and the city even has a paved parking lot for you to park in. If you're headed south from Pigeon Forge coming into the town, now take the bypass at the Gatlinburg exit. As soon as you enter the bypass and cross over the bridge, you'll be right there. So slow down and be ready to hit the brakes, or you'll just drive right past the parking lot. Upstream from the hatchery, the Little Pigeon River runs right in front of the aquarium, and with a set of concrete stairs leading down to the water right along the river bed. It's pretty much at one of the busiest intersections in this town. You just can't get better than this. The city has a water level sidewalk running alongside the creek. It's just at the right height, usually where the water runs normally, and if it runs a little high, it might spill over the concrete, but most of the time it's right at or just below the sidewalk. Perfect and easy to access. A staircase runs down beside a sign that's the Edgewater Hotel sign. You have to get right up against the sign, and that's the staircase to go down to the sidewalk. If you knew me, you'd understand. I never hesitate to ask someone where to fish and what to use, especially if they might know the area that I haven't been in pretty regular. And I'm not embarrassed at all to do that and ask a stranger. The trout manager at the hatchery recommended this spot to me. I ended up catching a 19-incher. It doesn't get much better than that. It was right beside the motel where I was staying, and me and my wife, and we didn't, but you can even rent a room with a view overlooking the water on that side of the motel. The motel I'm talking about is the River House at the Park Inn, and I highly recommend it. Step out the front door and you can walk about 200 feet and you are inside the national park. There's a trail running alongside the Pigeon River, and you can fish there too, but the rules are different. You'll need a artificial bait Tennessee license or North Carolina license. Even though you're on the Tennessee side of the park, you can use a North Carolina license. When I'm out of town, one of my favorite things to do is eat, and eat well. Diagonally across the street from the motel is excellent pizza, and eaten there many times. And there's a breakfast place just up almost in sight of the motel. But the real must-visit place is the Cherokee Grill and the Park Grill. You have to try them at least once before you leave. At the Park Grill, be sure and order the trout. There's just something about that grilled trout served on a hot metal dinner plate that makes it taste even much better. Now, Gatlinburg is absolutely full of black bears year-round. When you're fishing, you focus always on the front of you, and you usually keep an eye out. You're looking dead at the deadgum casting and the lines. But glance over your shoulder now and then. Some bears are in there, and they're after the same trout you are. And they can walk right up without you even realizing it because you're concentrating so hard on fishing. And before you know it, you'll have one there pretty close to you, so stay alert. As for the city's fishing competitions, they basically hold 4 tournaments a year, plus a few more in winter. During the colder months, they often have multiple delayed harvest events, which are basically a catch and release competitions. Now, the best event they've got going is the Battle of Gatlinburg, a one-fly royale that lasts only 3 hours in downtown Gatlinburg. You pick just one fly to use and compete for cash and brand new fly rods. Basically, it's a catch and release. You're photographing your catch and releasing it, but it does have a limited entries. So, check it out. Tournament fishing is competitive enough without the professionals having to show up. Thanks for watching. As promised, the next few slides contain all the maps already formatted to fit your screen. And to save them on your phone, just pause the video, and once the screen is stopped, tap it so the YouTube prompts at the bottom disappear before taking the screenshot. If you're printing it from your phone or your computer, the print preview actually cuts off part of the map. Select Shrink to Fit instead of Fill the Page for a full map on one sheet. Each of the following maps will stay on the screen long enough for you to pause it and capture your screenshots.